John, don't pee on that.
Did you lick Tuna's hoops, John? Huh? Did you get a pube in your teeth? Huh? Hey everybody, welcome to Ridgway World. I'm Jeff. You're not. Today's a big day because we're relaxing because of the big wedding festivities over the weekend. And we got to sleep late today because there was a lot of late nights, wasn't there, hon?
Yes, it was. It was a great, fantastic time.
Excellent time.
Beautiful, perfect.
Perfect planning.
Couldn't ask for a better. Yeah.
And we had fun and seen a lot of family we haven't seen in a long time. It was really good. You know, after the pandemic, you don't get the opportunities, and now things have slowed down, so now you can get out, mingle, and meet people. Today is a refresher course for Terry. Terry always wants to know how to redo a filter.
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't? I thought you always wanted to know.
No, this is your baby.
Oh, okay. All right, this is my baby. I don't know if everybody is as OCD as I am with the pool. I think in my previous life I was like a pool guy or something, like a Speedo, real tight, you know, bathing. Nah, I never would have worn one of them. I hate them. But as the season's progressing, we're doing the pressure washing, we're doing the flower. Well, Terry's doing all the flowers. We're trying to get everything ready for the season. But the last 2 days it's been like 90-some degrees. But yet today it's like in the mid-60s, so it's a little chillier. So I figure this is the perfect opportunity to not only backwash this monster of a Pentair filter, but also to clean it out, because a lot of the times when you're
That is huge.
Thank you. That's what she said.
No.
But no. So now you took me out of my game.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. But as the season progresses, as you see around us, and all the trees, of course, that there's so much pollen. And I don't know if it's because of this year, because it's so dry that we've had so much pollen. I mean, every morning I come out, this pool automatically kicks the filters on and everything and does its job. But I mean, there's just like a layer of green in the morning out here. On the cars, I just rinsed Terry's car off. Yeah,
it just seems like the season has been longer for the green.
Yeah, cobwebs everywhere. But yeah, we have so much pollen. So what I was getting at, what I need to do is backwash the filter, which I do every other day anyway to get it out, and then I rebed it with, I have Big Splash Perlite DE filter powder, which researching it over there, the white bag is like the best to use. I don't know why, but it is. So my pool guys recommended using it, so I've been following their lead. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take apart the filter tank, because what happens is even though you're backwashing and rebedding it each time with 5 scoops of the perlite, you get a lot of pollen buildup, you get a lot of crud on the filter, the ribs inside, especially if the season is progressing and you get a lot of people with suntan lotions, oil-based stuff like that, that cakes into the filter itself. So what happens is your filter isn't filtering out all the stuff that it's supposed to, and it gives you a higher pressure on your gauge.
So you got to keep it clean.
Yeah, you got to keep it clean. So once a month I try to do this, and then since we're into June now, this thing's been running for exactly a month. I'm gonna redo rebed it, of course, backwash it, and then clean out the thing. So what we're gonna do is we're running over to the Pentair command center. We're gonna go to mode, Terry. Mode. See that? We're going to hit that once. It goes to service. It's going to shut us down. Okay. So then, tuna fish, you're going to have to move, baby. So we're going to have to backwash. Throw out the life jackets. There we go. So we're going to take this filter. We're going to change it from filter. Now this is lessons I've been giving Jesse the last couple weeks too with his pool. Now it isn't the same exact thing, but it's the same concept. So we're going to take it to backwash. Now you may want to walk over there, and then I'm going to do a manual 2350 RPMs and hit start. Now watch.
And that's all digital too?
Yeah, watch. Come over here.
Oh,
look.
Sorry.
It's all right. Don't trip.
Oh, it's all coming out.
So you're going to see this? Now look. See how clean it is now? John, that doesn't mean you got to come over here. John. Now see how it's turning?
Oh, okay.
So that's all the filter powder and all the crud, the pollen, and everything coming out. See the milky white and the tan? So that's all your crud coming out of your pool. Now, I'd rather have a DE filter than a sand filter or a cartridge filter, only because sand filters don't get all the particles that a DE filter gets. And a filter's good, but you got to keep changing your filters and cleaning them out.
So is that emptying? How do you know how long to keep that on for until it goes clear again?
Yeah, and in the same concept of an above ground, in ground, or a jacuzzi, you know, you run it for a minute or two to back it out. You get all excited. John, quit licking her hoot.
John, stop it.
You guys were in the kennels. You don't know where her hooch was. So okay, so I shut that back to non-backwash. Now I'm going to do a rinse, and what happens is in a rinse cycle, what you're doing is you're going to be rinsing out all this area to get all the crud and everything, because you don't want, when you put it back on filter, that's going to send everything back to your pool. So you don't want to do that. So you want to rinse it first. You only have to do this for 20 or 30 seconds to clean it all out. Let it ramp up.
But what are you rinsing it with?
The water from the pool, this side, the good water.
Oh.
But if you didn't rinse it, any of the crud that's built up in this mechanism or these pipes is going to go back to your pool in a discharge.
Okay. Tuna.
Okay, then we put it back to filter, and generally I would do this 2 times, but not today. What I'm going to do is...
So there's a lot of different...
Yeah. There's waste disposal, closing your system, recirculation, and rinse. Backwash, filter. The only ones I use right now are the backwash and the filter and the rinse.
And do you know all this just by doing it all the time, or did I guess the pool people told you as soon?
Yeah, I had the little
Did they give you an instruction manual?
Yeah, I had Pool 101 in the very beginning when we got the above ground, before Larry drove through it. Holy shit! Oh! No! And then when we got this, I've known the summertime pool people for, what, 40 years, and so they showed me everything and gave me a little background on everything. So what I'm going to do is also, part of this process, I'm going to take this baby apart. Now we're going to see a lot of water spilling out of here, so get ready for it.
Am I going to get wet?
Probably. That's so great. That's why you're on the camera, hon. Okay, another thing, what I'll do, I usually do this last, but look.
What's all that?
That's all the stuff that comes through the filter and through the screens.
Oh.
So that we just, you got all kind of crud in here. Look, there's a piece of the like plastic that came through here from the spring covers on the cover itself. So we're gonna put that back in, and then I'm gonna take off the cap.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it going to come out as soon as you take it off?
So it's easier than using a wrench.
Maybe I should come the other way.
Yeah.
What are you doing, honey bunny? Huh? Oh, it's just like a big clamp.
Yep.
Oh, now wait a minute.
Usually this bitch will bust open. Well, we might have to get a little pry bar. There we go.
Holy cow.
Okay.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
It don't look bad, yeah. So here's the thing that I said, but look how much of this perlite is still left in here. And then if you look at the inside of it, all the way down, I'm going to take the bottom drain plug off. Oh, they must have cranked that. Now this is going to be a gusher too, watch. You see all the crud and shit comes out of it?
So what is the white powdery stuff?
That's the perlite that comes in. That's the filter powder itself.
Okay.
And if it was regular DE, it would just be like a crud. This, if you can zoom in on this,
Yeah,
it's just like it's crystals.
Okay.
It's not crud.
And that's something that you put in there.
Right. But you can see down inside this thing how much lays in there that doesn't get
so that's what
out
you, so you're going to spray it all out?
I'm just going to spray it out, let it run out of the bottom, make sure my screen is clean, the interior fins are clean, get any residual out I can, and then usually at the end of the season, after like so many years, you have a chemical, they dunk these things in chemicals. We haven't had that done yet. So this year will be the year we get that done. So I'm just trying to get this done and get this cleaned out, get all the residue out. I'll wipe everything down when I'm done. And then we'll re-Teflon tape the PVC bottom, that thing.
What, the square thing?
No, the black plug.
Oh. Why do you have to do that?
Just so you don't have any leaks.
Oh.
But there's so much crap that builds up in these things you don't realize it, and then it just blocks your flow. You see all kind of like a lot of hair, like lady hairs. You know how you lose your hair constantly.
Oh yeah.
You know you'll get a lot of that in here, but we haven't really been in yet this year, so. But again, to get rid of all the pollen and all
if
the
you
gunk.
had, like last year, so it still has something from last year,
Yes,
right?
yes. Even though at the end of the season I did a quick spray off, but still, you get stuff in there. Seems like a pain in the butt there, doesn't it?
I guess.
But it saves the longevity of your filter.
It seemed like the hardest thing was for you to
Break it loose.
get it open, yeah.
Now the other filter, when we had the above ground pool, I used to take this all out. Take these things off here and take it out and clean it that way. But once I went to the Paralite filter stuff, which is more crystallized and not like using actual earth, it's a lot easier to take care of and clean.
It comes off easier.
Yeah. Like it would be totally packed full at the bottom here with the other stuff.
And are they making most filters that way now?
No, it's just, well, these are, still made, but it's the difference of what you used as your filter.
Oh.
And then once they do the chemical, this thing will be bright white again. But right now, we're just trying to get what we can off it without going through that process just for the season. So now look, we got, the water is now clean, it came out of it, but you can see all the crap that comes out of it laying in here. All the,
yeah.
Perlite, it's all like muddy, really garbage water. And now you got, it's pretty much clean other than, some stains on the filter wings, and the bottom's clean. Everything's lined up.
So
Right,
what
Tuna?
do? You just leave it drain and then you put everything back together?
Yep.
That was it?
That's all we do.
That's pretty easy peasy.
Then I rebed the system.
Easy peasy, Johnny.
But now the inside is all clogged up still.
Ever have to put your hand in there and get things out, or?
No, I've had to take it. I had to take this all apart and they're all individuals, and you slide them out to get to them.
You said right.
But like down at the bottom here, these middle wings are all full. You can hear the slop hitting them, or the water hitting the slop in the middle.
They're all full of the perlite.
Yep.
Don't that hurt your little toes? Oh, Johnny.
You can hear it
can you see it?
Barely see it.
Oh.
But you can hear it hitting. Hear it?
Yeah.
It's like hitting mud, because that's what it, Now look, see? Look.
Oh my goodness.
That's how much that middle is caked.
Well, why does that build up in there like that?
That's where all the water goes in the middle and works its way out. Where every time somebody pisses or poops in your pool or something, it all ends up in here, huh?
They don't do that.
What do you mean they don't do that?
Do you pee in the pool?
No, but people are filthy.
I I don't think we have filthy people coming in the pool.
Well, I'm not saying we do, but how many times do you're at a resort and they close the pool because
different.
of, you know, somebody
Well, that's like
defecated?
little kids or something.
Yeah, look at it all.
Yeah.
So you know that your filter's sifting out all the impurities in your pool. That's why I like this stuff, and I like the perlite. It's the best crap to use.
Well, like, that doesn't even sound right, that sentence. It's the best crap to use?
Well, you know how I throw my own adjectives and stuff in this stuff.
Yeah.
See all the stuff. This is after I thought it was all clean.
Yeah.
Look how much more crap came out.
Yeah.
So you got all the stuff from the trees in there. You got spiders. You got dirt. You got probably sand from the leak we had.
You have spiders?
There's spider carcasses in here that I've seen come out. You got spider legs. You got blue stuff, more spider legs. But all the stuff from the trees is in here too, all caked up.
Okay.
See, but that perlite is just crystals, but look at all the stuff that was in it. So there's a possibility there's stuff that I missed a couple years ago in there when I was just using the regular DE powder. But, so that's what we get. We get everything out we can, which pisses off the pool companies, because the pool companies, if you call the pool company and say, hey look, my pressure's up like 5 or 10 points on my whatever that damn thing is. Gauge, thank you. If it's up that high, then they'll say, well, backwash it. And then if you backwash it and it doesn't come down, this is generally what happens. Your filter's clogged, where it's got all kind of shit built up in it. So they want you to call them so they can come out at $150 an hour and usually 2 guys to clean your filter, which is semi-easy to do. Anybody can do it.
So you're doing it to keep the pressure optimized.
Yes.
And so that it works properly and efficient.
You want the pressure in your pool to be pumping that water, pushing the crud to your skimmers. You want your skimmers to be sucking water constantly to get all your impurities out, so it comes through here and your filter does its job and it does it properly. So we're at the point right now, I got everything working. We might have to, I have some Teflon tape for the bottom plug. We'll get all the stuff off where the ring goes, and we're gonna have to lube that up with a little KY or Vaseline, because that way you don't want it leaking. So you're gonna get all that off. I'll put that back on. I'll walk in the house. I'll get a big glob. So I took this back off. What I'm gonna lube. This is like when I went my first, what was that, proctology? When you get your 50-year-old.
Oh, okay. TMI.
TMI, well, you know, I say anything and everything that hits my mind.
Now, how you took just a big scoop and you're just
lubing up the condom here, the big rubber.
Okay.
And then I'll snap that back on where it was.
And how often do you do that? You do that every single time that
Anytime
you
I
change
take it off, I do. That's why the vase is always half empty. But, see, there you go. It's back in its spot. That's good.
Okay.
Then I'm going to reassemble or re-put the cap back on.
All right, I'm just a little unclear. So what does the Vaseline do?
It's like a sealer.
So that's what makes it close better?
When you close down, it makes like a vacuum seal around the rubber, around the gasket. So
for some reason my mind thinks of it opposite.
Why?
Because it's a lubricating thing, so
right.
I don't think of it as a sealant.
So we got to make sure we get it on right. So there's that. That's good. We're going to put the clamp back around it.
Do you need me to hold it?
I don't think so right yet. Because I'm going to... go ahead and hold that end up if you
could. All right, well, give me a sec.
Okay. Good?
Yeah.
Let me get a hammer. Oh, I got my trusty
What are you doing?
Just to make sure it's on here properly. Then we'll tighten that up a little more.
When you hear that noise, that means don't tighten it anymore, doesn't
You're
it?
tight. Sometimes it doesn't fully tighten around it.
You want it as tight as possible before you turn that back on, or else it's going to leak, right?
Yep, that is correct. See how it got more?
Yeah. Now, how did you know how to do that? Did they tell you that?
No, that was just dumb luck because I couldn't get it to stop leaking one time. Okay, I think we're good. So then we're going to take the plug, I'm going to Teflon tape the plug, and this is another thing, almost like a rubber gasket and or a seal.
Do you do that every single time?
I do that every single time too.
Each month?
Yes. Usually this is where we screw it up.
So how come there wasn't any Teflon tape on there when you pulled it out?
Can't answer that. Maybe
something happens, it just rots away?
Well, it's like this
gasket. Or
gasket.
the water eats it?
This is salt water, so salt water will eat at it. Or when the pool company puts it back together again in the spring, they may not have put the
tape around it.
The Teflon tape around it. So maybe I'll give Jimmy a little shit for that. So I'll cover up the gasket. As you've seen, the gasket had a little tear in it. So we're going to now put this back on. So you can feel now that that Teflon tape is in the PVC crack, so it's tightening up and sealing up, which you want. If I could stick my knees on this freaking.
And this is something that you want to get really, really tight, but not over tight.
Not over tight because it's PVC. This shit will crack. Not over tight, because you can always come back and tighten it up a little bit more. Okay, so the next thing was done. We already did. Let's leave the vacuum or the thing open so when the water comes through and starts its process, we're good. Let's put this cap back on.
Another righty-tighty, right?
Yep. All right, so what we got to do now is we got to put the skimmer powder, or the pump powder, or the filter powder into the skimmer.
And are there different brands of filter powder? Or
yeah, there's cheap ones, expensive ones. This is probably a little bit more expensive, but it's not crazy price. And Luna now sees the pool's back in line, so she's happy.
So she's going to go in?
Yeah.
Look at her. She
said ladylike, didn't she?
Yeah.
Is it nice tuna
that
fish?
Feels good, huh?
Oh. Yeah, you're the lady.
John, you don't want to come in, do you, John?
Johnny don't like pool.
He does not like water. Okay, I'm sorry. Got off track there for a minute.
Okay, so now we're going to take...
Okay, so this is what you use, big splash.
Yes, big splash. And I usually put in 4 or 5 scoops of this into the skimmer so it coats the fins.
Premium perlite filter.
Right.
Okay.
So you just dump it What's this? One of your friends?
That's my hippopotamus.
What the hell's it doing in here?
That's from my new.
I know, but what's it in here
pod.
for?
Some practical joker.
What about like would Kate or Luna have it?
That's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny. So I'm going to put 4 or 5 scoops in here, and this is going to coat the filter itself to get all the impurities out. So what we're just doing is we're going to put it in like that. The remainder of this bag.
Now, can you be wearing gloves, or you're allowed to be touching that?
I can touch this. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It hasn't been proven scientifically yet to be harmful, because it says like direct replacement.
So how many bags of that do you go through a season?
2 to 3.
Are they expensive or?
$27, I think it is.
Okay.
So that should be ample.
That's not bad.
No.
And so what happens with all that?
Well, after it
Yeah, you
chokes
should be having a mask.
I should do a lot of shit I don't do. So what you're doing, you're putting this into the skimmer. This is going to then be sucked in and go through the system and then hit all those fins that you've seen that I cleaned.
Yeah.
That's going to cake to it.
Okay.
And then all the impurities for the rest of the month will come in and catch into that.
Gotcha.
So, and that'll enhance the filtration of your pool. So that's
So you have to go to each skimmer?
No, you just have to do this one.
Oh.
This is the closest one to the filter, so this is the one we use.
So there's 2 skimmers that you check daily?
Yep. Yep, this one and that one over there are checked daily. I always check water levels to keep everything tracked. Now you can see this. It's almost all sucked through. Well, tuna, excuse me.
I can't believe somebody stuck my hippo in there.
So do you think one of the dogs actually picked it up?
No. We had some visitors, and they were probably just being funny and thought they'd put a hippo in there.
Yeah. Hippos are water animals, right?
He is just a little fella.
Yeah. He's a baby hippo. So,
okay.
Well, I hope
So is that it?
Yeah, that's it. So I hope everything was helpful to everybody. If anybody has any questions, all right, just shoot me some ideas about or any questions onto the messenger, and I'll try to answer them. Like I said, I'm no pro, but this is Pool 101. Do it yourself and save a bunch of money.
And maybe somebody else has some tips or something too.
Yeah. Even pool guys out there. Hey, if I'm doing something wrong, tell me. I'll fix it. But as far as I know, I'm doing everything right because it's worked this far, and I saved a boatload of money. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your pool and have a good life.